This is Rolling to Die, episode 107, Gundam MS '08 versus Zeon Defense. Hit it, DJ. 'Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels.
Squirrel?
Hey, how you guys doing today? I am Henry here, also known as Mayhem Hearts Mace, your head game master, as well as the story writer for some of these crazy events. And tonight is episode 107 of Roll You Die.
Already 107. Wow.
Yeah, that's an episode. I would like to remember to like, share, and subscribe, people, to Rolling to Die, everyone helps. Also, tonight is our special Gundam MS '08 versus Zeon. Who will play tonight? Who will survive? Some of us might do a double play, depending on how many people join. And on that note, we're going to let everybody introduce themselves, and then we're going to start off with Rolling to Die. All right, Dark Trooper.
Hello, I'm Dark Trooper, and I will be playing the Goof Custom, and I haven't decided which of the Federation side to pick.
You can choose the main one if you want.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll be the Easy 8.
Easy 8 and Goof Custom for you. All right, and last but not least,
and bringing you your music, and also playing as the sniper. They're
He is the O2 Green Sniper.
yes,
He's a GM mobile suit with a beam rifle sniper that is powerful enough to take out mobile fortresses.
and I just might double play tonight.
Oh yes. On the other side, there is plenty more. There is the Dom custom. There is the special Zaku customs. There is even a few of the Zagaks and the Zagwa. And the one that has a fencing sword. I keep forgetting his name. Has a missile shield and a fencing sword. Has no other offense. Strange. You should have had at least one more gun. But on that note, I would like for everybody here to roll to die from your roll 2d20 ring and tell me what each of those 2d20 are to start your day for rolling to die.
A 4 and an 18.
A 17 and an 8.
All right, and I got a 15 and a 16. We actually all got just some pretty good rolls now. So for advantage, it will be Devontae for 2 turns and Chris for 1 turn. I just barely missed this. I don't get any. I just get normal straight rolls. So, on that note, we'll start the premise. We're going to start off with the Zeon army as they're sitting there in the defense, holding strong as they get a radio in of them finally being able to leave this land and head back. But they were told to hold this land for a few more days as they were trying to ship out. The MS-8 team hears about what's of them being here. And in the information that was crossed incorrectly, they believe this is a fortress for building more mobile suits and trying to cause more war instead of peace, not knowing they're trying to evacuate. Thus, in communication of miscommunication, war occurred. A couple days later, you heard gunfire back and forth, guerrilla warfare style. Finally, the final barrage team was called in. Of the 08 team and the 02 and the 04 team came in with their squads, even with the police unit mobile suits, just in case. While this is all happening, you guys are all in your mobile suits as you get a radio call in. As a beacon pops up on your screen. As you're sitting in your mobile suits, the enemy is across finally the border. As we finally made it through the trees and bushes of the different forests. And some of these trees were so gigantic they even were bigger than the machines themselves. Some were just as tall.
Damn big ass forest.
Oh, yes. Now, for that, I would like for everybody to roll a perception check to see what your mobile suits see when you're on the 08 team right now, in your mobile suits. For you, Devontae, you're going to have advantage for being in your crow's nest technical area.
Okay.
15 plus 5, 20.
I rolled 2 2s plus 1.
And you get a score
5.
for that. Yep. The certain mobile suits get 5s, certain ones get 4s.
Well, they are GM, so.
Yeah, the GMs mainly get 4s. The Gundam style ones get 5s.
So yeah, it's pretty much just 7 then, because it's a 2 plus. I rolled 2 2s.
Oh no. So you keep getting trees smacking in front of your cameras of you trying to snipe and aim, trying to figure out where the hell you're at and rustle around your rifle, making sure you don't break too many branches of this giant tree that's behind you, which most people would appear to be a tree, but actually it was a mobile fortress rolling on its wheels, slowly, looking like a giant tree. You as the GM had their own advantages in making their own machines to pull forward. As you hustled on top, the branches still hit and obscured your vision for a short period of time. The next time you roll perception, though, you'll have a chance. So, you guys look around and you see this wall face off a few hundred yards. You see these two white ivory towers. And then in the center, you see this giant, like, tan looking wall. You notice as you see up in the trees and bushes around you and the stones, you see the mobile suits moving forward. And they all come to a halt and stop. You hear a radio in. Sir, we have found the base. Believe hostiles will be in here soon. And right as he says that, you see a light up. Bullet fire from that general direction where he was just calling from. Under fire, sir. Now, what do you guys say or do when you hear this on your commands? The left wing area that they're getting fired from, you're from the right wing area, and there's the centrals where Devante's at. But he has crow's nest view.
It seems that the Zeon aren't taking the hint. The war was supposed to be done with. I guess we're gonna have to flush them out.
You see bullet fire coming from both directions.
I don't think we really need to flush them out. I think they've already found us.
Some of you are covered by trees and bushels and stuff, so you're a little more obscured and covered, but the ones that ran up ahead trying to scout are being shot at right now. You see a basic GM trying to hold his own, but not really getting far. Alongside, a gun tank pulls up slowly, quietly, and starts arcing its cannons. You see lights start turning on, trying to blind you from the point of view. Your scanners indicate when the mobile suits are moving from their movement is. You see the outlines. Some of your tanks are moving through. Anybody you want to tell in position to move before it goes into more combat and we start going into initiative? I'll allow each one of you to control a squad that's around you. I'll be aiding NPCs whenever they're needed.
I guess I'll take the easy 8 and go to the left.
All right, easy 8, and then what do you want to do? Do you want to scout out and see if there's any enemies ahead of you? Or do you want to pull in any guys forward around you?
Left and see if there's any entrance into the fortress.
All right, so roll a perception check because you had a success last time. You get advantage this time.
Seven plus 5, 12.
12. 12's not high enough as you raise up your bazooka and the lights are starting to blind where your sensors are. You've seen a mobile suit to your right, but you've seen it hide packs and ball, like it's trying to duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
All right. Is there any reaction you want to do before we go into initiative 3?
I yell over, I think I saw something. to my
All
squad.
right. Right when you see that, an indicator goes off on your screen. You start noticing there's flight above you guys now, different ships and aerials. Why did you do that? I'd like for you guys to roll initiative, please.
Perception.
18.
Initiative.
Initiative. I wonder if I can.
14 plus 7, 21.
19 plus 3, 22.
All right. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. That's what I need. Okay, so now that we're here, you guys, I want what was your full initiatives for everybody right now? I'm at I have a 21.
Then you and I need to do rollies.
21 and 21. Chris, what was yours?
It was 22. 19 plus 3.
I rolled an 8 for my rollies.
So
So I take it I go after you then, Henry?
I had technical difficulty for 1 second. So sorry about that. What was your for yours, Dark
I
Trooper?
rolled a
it was 22.
22. Okay, and then what was yours, Devontae, for the roll?
I had a 21, that's why we had to do rollies.
All right, so what was your rollie?
An 8.
I got a 12. Okay. Now I got that situated. Sorry about that. The headset decided to change on me. And so did a bunch of other stuff. That was strange.
Thank you for showing that gravity still works.
It does. Gravity still exists, people. Just remember that. So, on that note, we'll get back to it with the mobile suits. We're going to start off. Dark Trooper, you are in the Easy 8. There's a light flashing above you where there's a giant white tower, and you see a mobile suit lower down about 20 feet under the tower on the side. And then half his body is covered, though, by a wall, and the upper body is the only thing showing. He has a Saku type form of the Saku 3 type class.
Let's see. I'm armed with a bazooka, am I not? Or a machine gun?
Yes. You got your bazooka on your right arm right now, and you have a beam sword as a handy on your left, just in case. With your shield.
Okay.
Unless you want to switch to a machine gun on your left.
I'll keep the bazooka. I'll take a pot shot with the bazooka.
All right. So roll an attack for me, and then it'll be a plus 14.
11 plus 10, 21.
I will go with that. A 21 to hit. So you do hit, as you needed at least a 20 to hit him. You see this big missile structure flying right out as a shell, hitting the center of this Zaku as it smashes against the wall for a second. You see smoke and fire everywhere. You see it stand back up and reload its firearm and start firing back at you, taking significant damage. Now, automatically, it's a bazooka, so it's going to automatically do a 500 damage explosive. So after that, I want you to roll 1d100 for me to let me know what that extra damage is. But besides that, that's how much it's going to take. This mobile suit's normal health is 2,000, and it'll be much less now because of that.
34.
All right. So 534 damage has been taken to this machine. So back to it. You have one more action you can do before we shift over to the next turn.
I'll yell over to my squad, take cover!
All right, right as he fires, he says, take cover. After that happens, anything else you want to do before you end your turn?
Nope. Just
All
have
right.
all my guys go into cover.
My guy Eli is gonna run with the armored Gundam that's behind you and charge up, walk forward. He's gonna hold his position with a gun and just in case someone jumps out. Besides that, and my turn, it goes to Devante for DJ Thunderbase. You are at the top of the crow's nest with your beam rifle, your beam sniper rifle. What would you like to do with it?
I'm
You wanna-
going to need to roll a. I'm
Perception
gonna,
check if you need,
yeah.
especially if you want to see what you have to fire at.
Uh-huh. So, ooh! Yeah, no, I don't see anything. Nat 1 plus 1, 2, plus the other 4 would be 6.
Now, mind you, you have advantage while you're in the crow's nest. You get to roll one more time. And that
And
one's.
the second roll was a 20.
Oh, there you go.
20 plus 1, 21 plus 4, 25.
All right, so you finally get vision with your rifle as you aim across, and you see the tops of the towers, and you see a few mobile suits running across and moving as these walls raise up for defense, blocking most of these mobile suits' soft spots for damage. Now, you know this beam rifle fires two different ways. You can charge up, which takes a turn and does one mega beam that can cut through many things and damage many things in one shot. Or you can take two shots with it per turn.
Okay. Um, I am going to first see if there's any heads popping out that I can pop.
All right, with your nat 20 plus the 1 and the 4, making it 25. You see a Zaku on the left raising up with dual missile launchers, about to take a pop shot right at the Alex Gundam that is walking up its armor.
I'm gonna fire at that one.
All right, roll a attack for me, and then plus it by 4.
Okay, so it's a 12 plus 9 normally.
Okay, 12 plus 9 plus the 4, so 23.
Yep. Well, wait, no.
Nope, I'm
No.
wrong.
It'd be 25.
25. Yep, you're right, 25. So right there with a 25, where are you hitting him? Where do
I
you
said
say
I
you're
was.
hitting?
I said I was aiming for heads.
All right, so you're gonna pop shot and just take the head. You see this pink eye raising up and aiming, and then all you see is the beam. Now, what color beam are you using for this beam rifle?
This one's gonna be a red beam.
All right, you just see this hot red beam just beam right out and just shoot and take a head. You just see it melt. Just that eye just gone. You see it still moving around though, still in complete control, just a bit blind.
Again, it's best to take out the sight before taking the rest of it out. Heads are easy to take out. Take out that sight, then they don't know where they're shooting.
Oh yeah, except for their chest camera, but it's a little harder. They don't have all the other features.
Obstacles.
Oh yeah, like the wall in front of it.
Mm-hmm. It's now gonna have to pop out from behind that wall if it wants to see.
Yep, and it raises its missiles right over the wall with its arm to go and fire those blindly. Is there anything you do with your second shot, or are you going to fire somewhere else?
I am going to try and throw off its aim. A 15 plus 9 this time.
24. So you hit.
So plus
Now-
the 4.
Plus the extra 4, still making it 28.
28.
Now, are you hitting the missiles on the firearm? Or are you hitting the arm or the shoulder? Where are you firing?
I'm wanting to hit the firearm itself.
All right, so you're heading
Ah.
right into the missiles.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to at least change the trajectory in which it's shooting.
All right, so right when it goes to turn and fire these missiles, right when it pulls that trigger, your beams hit. So they release. The fire comes out from both of these missiles. A beam hits, and you just see it just ignites and just blows up right in its arm. You see its right arm just explode right off, taking over 1,000 damage. So each one was 500 damage plus. You see it sit down and then try to stand back up with its left arm, pulling out just a regular machine gun, trying to fire that. And it's just blindly spraying now.
I'm going to put my squad into a defensive formation around the crow's nest area,
Okay.
and then that'll be the last. That's the last thing I do.
Okay. So now that we did it that way on the 08 team, we're going to switch over to the Zeon team. You have your Gulf Custom. It's Commander for Dark Trooper. And for you, DJ Thunderbase, you have the 2 custom Zakus that are behind it. They're both pitch black with their specialty of ridiculous armaments. And then also you get to deal with the Zagaks. They're the 2 aquatics with the claw arms that run really fast.
Oh,
Dark Trooper.
so they're like the scorpions or
We need to get you a pointer, Henry.
I
lobsters.
have one. I just gotta see if the battery is still on.
No, not a laser pointer, just like a pointing stick, like with a little finger.
That would be hilarious. Aha, laser. Freaking laser. See? You guys.
Easy.
Right here,
I thought we
there'll
should
be,
popcorn.
Chris will be taking over this and this one, these 2 Gulfs, and then the specialty one here. It'll pretty much be this section will be Chris's, and then the front section, this will be DJ Thunderbase's.
Okay.
So you control these certain ones, he controls these certain ones. So we'll start off with our Dark Trooper. What do you want to do with your mobile
squad
squad?
I'm going to move my squad up to the front. Ain't going to do us very much good all back there.
And now you got it held up. You have one holding a bazooka with complete aim and a machine gun attached to his shield. Move up here. You have your specialty.
Because of the explosion.
Tanks
Big
move up.
Red alert.
Doms move up. All right. Everybody holds off defensive form. Anything you want to do before you end your turn?
Not really. Just yell at my squad. Prepare for battle. We're in red alert.
Everything starts blinking. Everything gets dark and red and starts forming. You start noticing all the rest of the towers turn on all their lights.
Defensive towers, open fire.
All right, we'll get to those in 1 minute. All right, so DJ Thunderbases, let's see about your squad that is sitting up front.
How many do I have in it?
Let's see. You have two. You have 8 mobile suits that are ready for combat, and then the rest
Okay.
are aerials that I'll be controlling in NPCs. They'll be moving around. You have 3 that are close range, mostly with ripping and claws and extensions and missiles, and then
Okay.
the other ones are all machine guns and bazookas.
Okay, so I'm gonna split my squad into 2 sections. 4 men each. And since Dark Trooper is bringing his up down the center, I'm gonna go 1 to each side of the.
Are you going to run around the towers and peek out
Yes.
of the towers that are blinding the enemy right now?
Yes. It'll
So,
also allow us to have it more surrounded.
your first Saku running up the whole defense for a minute. Put him his defense. You have the other one over here that's been shot by the EZ-8 in the chest. It's standing up against this wall trying to fire back right now. He drops down a bit. You have your Zagak running up and jumping across and getting close, but he's not close enough yet for combat, except for his machine guns in his hands or his missiles on his head. So you can choose between that for him.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the Zagua or whatever. It's bigger, meaner, and brown. Have it jump up the wall over here, big claws and missiles everywhere. Lots of death beams too. Custom Zaku fly up towards this way, hold off on the bridge with firepower, just in case anything gets in the way, if he can hold it. You can also have a little machine gun tank over here.
Heavy machine gun.
All right.
No flavors because it's kind of pointless with machine gun with magic machines.
All right. This Zagak's going to climb up to the wall up here.
And basically, the way I'm wanting it to go is I'm wanting my guys to literally, like, say, so, like, as if we were looking at that foresty section from the point of view of the Gundams themselves, or the.
Yeah.
I'm going to have set 1/2 to the left, 1/2 to the right.
All right, and you have like only one that would come from the center because he couldn't go from the left or right. He would just jump right from the center, but it'd
Yeah.
still be within the blinding lights. All right, so
Yeah.
this is how it's going to look from the EZ-8 team's point of view. You see white flashing lights and a big wall and shadows, and then out of nowhere, from the gunfire pointing around, shadows just appear from the behind and around these towers, and one right from the center. Just all around you guys. Now you just realized you thought you had the surprise, but you're surrounded. EZ-8 team is all just had a whole frontal attack by the Zeon, holding off. So I'm going to give each one of you one reaction, a turn of reaction with your characters before we shift back over to the GM army. Chris, we'll go with you first for a reaction before it gets to Devontae getting up real close. He has a lot of close combat right now coming up.
My reaction will be
You got a lot of distance, a lot of DACA.
basically open fire with all my machine guns.
So right off rip, you see your minigun off your arm go, and everybody else just follows through. Just missiles and parading. Now I gotta for these guys.
So many people have to make a deck save now.
Yes, they do. I'm going to be doing a deck save for these. For you guys, all I need you to do is to do a dexterity check for me. So roll a dexterity check for me for both of your characters, and I'm doing a dex save for all these.
I got a 17 for one, and the other one is a 22.
All right. Success, son. What'd you get, Devontae?
Phew. A 15 and a 5. Or a 15 and a. Or like 14 and a 5. That's what it is.
So only the guys in the back pretty much get any kind of success. And their dex saves. Easy 8, nat 20. The sniper, a 19. The armored at 18. And surprisingly, the gun tank with the 17. But everybody else just riddled with bullets from just right over the tower and between the towers and anywhere else, and missiles just hitting across. Every single one of those mobile suits just took 500 damage. You just see explosions all across and bullets just riddle across. And then you see DJ Thunderbase's team jump right over the wall. Right after the bullets fly over their head and the missiles are like, that's our go. And all you see is the machines jump right over. So for that, DJ Thunderbase, what do you do as you have 3 within melee and 2 within gun combat range right now? What do you do? Have 2 for spraying and then have the rest for attacking?
Yeah.
All right. Explain how you would do it for their attacking. Actually, easy 8. You will be attacked. So, Dark Trooper, I would like you to do a dexterity save to see if you're dodging against Devontae. Devontae, I want you to roll a dexterity check for me.
You got a 15.
You got to beat a 15, Devontae.
Nat 20.
Yeah, I died.
Well, you don't die yet, but you're going to get messed up. Devontae, what do you do as you see him with a bazooka in one hand, blasting it, and a beam sword in the other, as he looks up at his mobile suit and sees you rushing at him?
So first, basically I'm going to have one of them. So you said I had 3 melee, 1 and 2 that shoot.
Yes.
Okay. So
Well,
one of them I am having shoot while the other one's dashing. So it's going to be like a fire and then
all right, like a double combo.
yeah.
All right, so we'll have it this way where all suddenly you see with your Easy 8 a machine firing at you, and you're just like, oh shit, and you raise your shield up, blocking. And right as you put your shield down, here comes this pink Zagok dropping down and looking up, throwing its claws right at you. Now, for you, DJ Thunderbase, I would like you to roll a acrobatics or athletics check.
Nat 20, I just rolled it.
Holy shitballs. Okay. And Chris, I would like you to roll an acrobatics or athletics to see if you have enough reaction time to take less damage.
I got 13.
Never mind. That's not even enough. If you would at least got like in the 17, 18, 19 range, you would have done something. But within that low of a range, no. You go off trying to pull your machine in your cockpit. You realize something jammed as your arm was trying to go down and up. You realize his claw is holding your arm. And you look over and see the other one hitting one of your cameras. As now your accuracy just dropped. And your character takes 300 damage of close range damage from the left, and then 200 damage from the right, so 500 altogether on this mobile suit. This mobile suit has 3,000 health. He has just dropped down to 2,300 altogether. You took a big owie, but you're okay. Your pilot though is a bit shooken up from that You notice one of your screens is a bit cracked from the heavy hit of the piercer. As he's not trying to attack the head this time, he went right after the chest.
One thing I will say about the mobile suits for the Federation during the 8th MS team, who the hell designed it so that the cockpit is right in front? So and the screen and the thing just pops open like a tank chest. I'm like, that's so obvious it's gonna be get hit first. Ah.
Yeah, they didn't think of that one right because, like, at least in mobiles, like I would say, and when it comes to Gundam Wing, they did it more better. Like it was in the center, and it would put you in and pull you in. You're more
And
of a
has
center to
armor
the back
around
base.
it.
Yeah, you had more armor and protection. But for them, for this one, it was like they made these mobile suits quick, fast, and in a hurry. And they just mass produced a bunch of mobile suits that were utilized in certain ways, but pro to the con, they couldn't take a hit properly. Certain hits would just KO them.
Yeah.
And mostly certain chest hits would just be over. Not unless they knew how to move their suit properly, which only a couple pilots knew how to.
At least
So,
they're better than balls, so.
oh yes. I like the concept though of G Gundam with their cockpits. They're pretty cool with that. Like you move and they move exactly how you want to move. But I love the classic Gundam Wing style. You have to be in a cockpit, sitting there, moving controls, pedals, pushing buttons, and you see screens like you're in a big video game. But at the same time, you're piloting and moving a machine, controlling it. So we'll get back to it with the raining fire. Now you have the blue Zagak, DJ Thunderbase, dropping down right in front of the armored Alex and the gun cannon. Which one would you like to attack?
I will attack the gun cannon.
Smart choice. It'd be a bit harder to attack the Alex Gundam because it's fully armored right now. You have to blow all the armor off first before you even damage this thing. Pretty smart of that mobile suit.
19.
19.
Plus,
Okay, 19 plus what? Because for them, they have a +4.
and this is just they. What weapons are they using?
They're using their claws, and they have machine guns in their claws as well. They got missile pods on top of their head. They move extremely fast.
So it's going to be a +8 then.
All right. So you rip right past the shield of the gun cannon.
And this is a crit too, because I'm a fighter.
Ooh, even better. You see one of the gun cannons on the left. You rip your claw right through it and just shred it. You see the left side of the arm just explode as the shield drops down. You look over and see the gun cannon mobile suit turn back and look at you and point its beam cannon blaster at you, and its last shoulder cannon at you, trying to charge up. You get one last reaction with the Zagak. What would you like to do?
I'm going to fire its rifles or machine guns.
All right, roll 2 attacks for me.
14 plus 9 and a 12 plus 9.
Okay. Roll 1d6 per gun, so 2d6s, please.
Okay.
What did you get?
1 and a 6.
All right, so 7 shots fire off at this guy. He takes 50 damage per one. Doesn't KO him, but significantly damaged. You see this gun cannon, half his side is damaged up, and he's trying to just fire at you still. The last one up top is your specialty one, which will be a +5 for everything. He is a Qua. What do you want to do with him?
Okay,
You have the big orange or the big brown one that's mean and Has the claw arms too with machine guns, but he also has this big beam thing on his mouth.
That's the one I'm going to use.
Big beam. All right, you have a GM Gundam or mobile suit under you. You have a ball flying right to your left. You have a GM Gundam style with a big cannon ahead of you, but it's further back, so it'll be harder to hit. And then you also have a police GM to your right. And then also just that gun cannon you've seen get wrecked a minute ago by one of your other guys, if you want to tag team that one. Because he's trying to shoot your buddy right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the cannon.
All right, I'm gonna try to finish off the gun cannon. Okay, roll with that mega cannon. It's gonna be a plus 10 for the cannon.
A net 20.
So a dirty 30.
Man, Devonta, your rolls are on fire tonight.
I'm using different dice.
He's like, I got new dice. So,
I just got so many I can switch through them.
Yeah, you bought that 100 pack. That was a lot of dice.
119 pack.
The damage of this cannon is 800, but because you got a crit, it becomes 1600, and this thing's health was only at 1,000 left. So, as you're seeing this thing turn and raise and pull up its beam cannon and try to blast at your Zagak, your blue Zagak, and hit it in a crucial spot and trying to kill it. And you see the cannon on his shoulder charging. You hit it with this giant beam right up its back and just light it up. Now, explain to me, how do you want to do this to the pilot that's inside? He has no idea. You just blindsided him in the back and just destroyed him.
And you said this comes out of the mouth?
Yeah, it's like a big mouth cannon.
He is going to say, he's going to first warn the ally that's right up close to move out of the way. And then...
That's good. I was about to ask that.
And then as soon as it fires, it's basically going to engulf him. As soon as it dissipates and he realizes that the person's gone, he says to himself, so that's why they call it an eraser cannon.
Right. So it looks like this. You see the gun cannon look up and try to fire at your blue Zagak. Blue Zagak gets the information. The soldier jumps back. Now I want you to do an acrobatics or athletics check with this one to see if he jumps back in time or he gets hit or not.
Okay. A 13.
Ooh, so he jumps back, and some of the beam gets close and heats up his legs. Doesn't kill him or hurt his mobile suit, but does heat him up. The explosion around, though, rocks the tower next to you and flickers the lights on and off for a second, making it so they can see you guys for a split second targeting you. Your other guys that were in gunfire range helped and aided in their distance, though. But it's now back to the 8 MS team. What are you guys going to do now that you've seen the lights flicker for a second, giving you a chance to target and fight your enemy? I'm going to go with Dark Trooper first. What are you doing as you have this reddish pink Zagak attacking and slashing at your mobile suit right now?
I take my shield arm and just stab it right in its camera lens, in its frontal camera.
Okay, I want you to roll an acrobatics or athletics to see if you're fast enough to stab at its lens. And then for you, Dark Trooper, or not Dark Trooper, DJ Thunderbase, I would like for you to roll a dexterity save for me, please.
I got 12.
Okay, you get a +4 for that. So it turns to a 16.
A 17 plus 2, 19.
All right, so he ducks out of the way of you trying to throw your shield, but you still have your beam sword in your hand.
Then I come in as the shield goes. As that shield misses, I come in with the sword.
All right, so you do this cool little flipperoo thing when you go for a punch with this spike shield. Now I want you to roll an attack for me though, see if it succeeds or not. You get a +10 for this. I'm sorry, it's your specialty. You get a +12. You get a +12 to your attack. So roll a d20 +12.
I got
Let me know what hit it.
17 plus 10 plus that's plus 12. That's 30
All right.
something.
You said
You're
17.
good.
It's
17 plus 10 because that's a normal attack.
Yep. Yeah, your normal attack is not a +10 this time. It's a +12. That's supposed to be.
Okay.
So the +10
so you're good.
plus the 17, so it's a 27 plus your 5.
29.
So yeah, 29. You're good. So this is how it's going to go. And you throw that punch, you miss trying to stab with your shield at first across the eye. As it ducks down and you see it getting ready to stab at you, you flip your beam sword downward and turn it on. Slash the back of it. Slash the top, making some of the missiles ignite, blowing up on its top. So it's going to take an extra 500 damage. In the process, though, your arm is going to take 200 damage for the explosion being right under your arm and in the space you're igniting the beam sword. But you risk killing this pilot in the process. So after you roll after you roll this D100 for me, I want you to roll 2 D20 for me to see a percentage of if this is going to happen or not, or a death or not for this Saga. Imagination matters.
Yes. I got 55 for the D100.
Okay.
And for the D2D20, I got a 15.
All right. What were they separate?
13 plus 2.
13 and 2. Okay, so you don't kill the pilot, but you significantly damage the Sagak, taking off his whole left arm. After it steps back and its top of its head is smoking, you see the eye flickering on and off like it's having a hard time seeing. You have one more action before you end your turn. You still have your bazooka in your right hand.
What about my other squad mates?
Your other squad mates you can still control as well. You have your gun tank behind you. You have the ball flying in the air to your left. And then you have the other gun cannon, which is the upgraded gun cannon.
I'll have my gun tank use its Verdia arms to shoot the Zagat in the back.
All right, so as the Sagat gets thrown back, you fire with it. So roll 2 attacks for me with these gun arms.
One's a 29, and the other one is a 24.
All right, now roll 2d8 for me to tell me how many times it's firing. Both these gun arms. You're gonna be firing like a sequence, like machine guns, like da-da-da-da-da-da.
A 4 and an 8.
All right, so 12. 12 shots fire out and hit the Sagat. All right, it's at a critical moment. You actually can fire your cannons if you want, because it's now at a. How do you want to do this moment? Its points are at the crucial.
I take both my cannons and aim it and blast it.
All right, so this is how it looks. As your man in the gun cannons communicates the EZ-8, tells him to duck. Your EZ-8 ducks down, drops his shield up, like raises it right up over its head. You just see a hail of gunfire as the Zagak looks up with its one arm trying to block, and you see it just getting hit and riddled. Right as it's smoking and electrics flying around it, you just see the gun cannon go, these 2 heavy shots, and just hits it right in the chest. You see the whole thing just ignite and explode right in front of everybody. So, what do you say?
My EZA pilot go, hey! He starts patting his head. A little close there, buddy. And he goes, and the other gun cannon just kind of shrugs, goes, "You're welcome."
Oh, that's funny as shit. I love it. So, Zagok, that one has been blown up. One hell of a fight for that guy, though. He messed up Euro 8 for a second. Now you have control of your ball and your gun cannon. What do you want to do with that?
The gun cannon starts firing at the wall to
All
start
right, trying to
bringing it
disrupt
down.
those lights. All right, roll 3 attacks for me. Because he has 2 gun cannons, and then he has his machine gun in his right arm.
11, 16. Oh, come on. I have 15.
Okay. So you see the wall just get and just starts getting smashed up as this part drops and smashes down. You see a
With the
tree
tree.
explode. You see one of your tanks swerve around and start hitting it with a minigun. As you see the wall rock a little bit, but it doesn't get taken out. All right, after that, you have your ball, which is right in front of that super-powered one that just Devontae just used to wreck the gun cannon over here. It's got exploded. It turned back and just blew up.
Let's see.
It has the sniper cannon, and then it has 2 pincers.
I'll use the sniper cannon on. What is the closest target to me?
Technically, it's the big brown machine. If not, you also have the green flying Zeon ship that is about 25 yards to 100 yards away.
I'll shoot the Zeon ship.
All right, roll an attack for me with advantage as you are within the range.
Net 20.
Oh, so explain to me how you cut down this ship as its health is only 300 and your beam cannon's 500.
As the pilot just so happens to be this new ace pilot that just so happened to not have a mobile suit available, so he just like, oh man, I have to drive a ball. Ugh. And so he just sees it and he just goes, "Hey, this is my chance!" and just so happens to just hit it at just the right angle, so it just goes right through the cockpit and just fries all the guys inside.
You just
You hear
see these
loud
Zeon soldiers,
screaming over the radio.
you know, that just at first like, hey, what's that? What's that? Oh my gosh! And just disintegration. You see that whole ship just crashing down. Which here's the fun thing about that. Did I roll for it? Yes. Perfect.
Fireball! Do, 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 do.
You're flying with the ball and you beam over here. You blast it right into the cockpit of where it was flying, and it tilts right over, smashing right into this white tower. You see it toppling and tippling as it just breaks the top of it and smashes it as it comes right down into it. There's still half the tower is left, but now the top is just gone and on fire. The other Zaku over here is trying to hold off, but he is significantly damaged after the tower partially fell on him. Okay, so that goes for all your guys. DJ Thunderbase, now it's time for your side. I have the middle guys, which there's only 3 guys for me.
Okay, so
You have your sniper. You have your Guardian Gundam that's sitting right under you, pretty much. You also have your O2, which has a missile pod on his left arm and a machine gun on his right. Then you also have that GM and the GM police. Also the Alex Gundam. Oh, actually, you got too many. There you go. You got the O2, Alex Gundam, and the police one. I'll be taking that GM one because I have an idea. He's a GM. You know the rules.
okay, so
You sniped
Who's
twice with your sniper
closest?
rifle first, last turn. So you can reload with that and charge up again, or you can take one whole turn to charge it up for a mega beam.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. So for your green O2 sniper for GM is now going to charge up his beam rifle. As it's charging it up, it's going to take one whole turn. As you see the tip of it start glowing from a red to like a pink, going and lightning starts sparking around it. And you see these little bars in the side of your screen raising up. It's going to take one whole turn to charge up this beam.
Okay, and then you said like one of my that's like a guardian unit right below me.
Yes, it's standing there making sure if anybody gets close to you that it has a beam rifle and a beam sword.
Okay, where
Now,
is
right
there
under you.
anything close to you? Close to it?
No, he is literally just sitting there in the shadows waiting. But to your left, you have your O4 unit, which is the tan one with the missile pod on its left shoulder, and then the machine gun on its right.
Okay. Anything within distance of that?
Oh yeah, that thing has a lot of distance. You want to try to take out that whole left wall? Let me know. You'll fire everything, but that whole missile pod will be empty after.
Um, I guess I'll do
Also,
that then.
the one thing you'll have to do though is a strength check to make sure this mobile suit will be able to hold its position while firing these things off like crazy.
A 14 plus 3, 17.
That's a success. All right. So the missile pod, I need you to roll 2 D100s for me, please.
Oh boy.
It's a lot of missiles in this missile pod.
How do I get a nat 1?
Very
Wow.
carefully, apparently.
I have something for that at the end. What's the other one?
And a 5. A 1 and a 5.
All right, you have one more missile pod. Roll for that one. Roll one more D100. At least one of these missile pods might work. You have 3 altogether on top.
What was it?
39. 39.
So this is how it's going to look. You pull the trigger. Eat this! And the first one goes...
And
What
just goes
the
down.
Yeah, hits the ground. And you're like, okay. And the other one goes, da-da-da. And you're like, really? And then you flick the click again and go... And then it just... You're like, ah! And the machine jerks back for a second. But because you rolled that nat 1, the one that hit the ground, your mobile suit steps on. So he goes off right under your foot. So now you shoot the missiles up into the sky and just
Oh crap!
half hit the wall and the rest just raise up. Sadly, as your missiles are flying across, that one GM that I was talking about, hey, I'm here to aid you guys. He runs over and turns and just gets creamed by 20 of those 39 missiles. And just explodes against the wall, smashing. But he does damage the wall. But you shoot the rest of the air up in the air. Everybody else goes, what just happened? So he's
That's
right
a
here.
GM. Who needs them? They're a dime a dozen.
Boom, boom, boom. And then, like, what the hell? He turns, and this guy runs going, I got this. I got right to the wall, smashes and breaks this part down, and rocks the tower. And then you just fall back. The GM Gundam here, we know he sadly didn't make that 20 hit. No. I'm not even going to roll for that one. Besides that, the other one you control is the Alex Gundam. And what do you want to do with that?
Okay, what's the weaponry for
He
that
has
one?
a heavy machine gun on his right hand. He has a big shield on his left. He's the far bottom corner. And he has a
And
bunch of armor. Like a lot.
what's close to him?
Right now, the blue Zagak and the half-damaged Zaku 1.
Okay, I'm gonna take out the one that's
But Henry,
half-damaged.
real question though, did that machine gun come out of its pants?
Well, yeah. Well, I'll let you know later. But that's a different note.
I'm
All right,
gonna
so
take out the one that's half-damaged.
all right, roll an attack for me, and let me know what that is. You get a plus 12 to whatever you roll for that d20.
And it's a 12.
There you go, the 24. So you see heavy gunfire just and just hit up against the walls. You see the Zaku stand up and try to jump over the wall with its axe, and the bullets just start riddling its chest, taking his 500 damage, which it only had 450 left. So it's going to be gone in a second. So I want you to explain to me how do you want to do this? How do you take out this Zaku 1 as it lunges over the wall, grabs a heat axe with a missing head and a missing arm, and just runs at you with one arm, just trying to chop at you as you just unload on it.
Okay, how is it running? Is it running like as if it were head first? So like almost kind of like the Naruto run?
No, it's trying to keep balance, running up and down, just boom, 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 raising its axe.
Okay.
If it tried to run like that, it would just head first to the ground. Its mobile suit's not good like that. Certain mobile suits, yes. Zaku 1, no.
Trying to think then. Crap, because if it was running like that, then I actually had an idea, but
Well, you just riddle it with bullets everywhere you want. You still got a shield. You can still kick it.
No.
You've got gun arms, too.
I'm just riddling it with bullets.
All right, you just see it running at you. You just start shredding it. As it tries to swing an axe, you see it fall apart and explode in the process. And the axe just hits the ground, turning off its heat. So, that'll be it for those turns for those guys. Now, I get to utilize my guys. That was you. You unloaded on this guy. He ran at you. You just shot him down. He fell. Move my squad up. Past the tank. Have a sniper. Fly up. And then police mobile suits and try to run up this wall and try to attack and gun out these lights. See if it'll happen. So, at first, you see the GM Ray of the 08 attack with a 22 and blast against the brown Zagak and hit it, giving it 300 damage. Firing again for a second time with a nat 1, never mind. Seeing the barrel just explode as the tip just goes. She just throws the gun down and she pulls out a machine gun and just starts firing at the machine gun. 13 plus 12, a 25. She succeeds. Only does 200 damage, though. All the other 500, the brown Zagak is perfectly fine. My heavy armored Gundam, 24 to hit, does the hit. And a nat 1 for the second one. So, wow, I'm getting a lot of nat 1s right after things. You just see me fire off the first rounds doing 500 damage. And you see me look down and the cannon accidentally goes off and I shoot myself down to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
Taking 400 damage from the explosion because my armor giving me a -1. My police mobile suit runs up, attacks the tower, 10 plus 10, a 20 to hit, hits the tower, does 400 damage to the beam saber, does another 20 for hit for the machine gun, fires at the light, taking out the light. The whole left tower is down now, at least for the light-wise. And that ends their turns. All right, guys, back to the top for the Zeon army. Dark Trooper, what do you and your squad do for you first? And then DJ Thunderbase, what do you and your group do?
I'm moving my squad from the top all the way down to from the right down to the left to the hole in the wall.
See where the hole in the barricade. You see missiles start flying after this Gundam or as the Zaku's firing off back. Shift up and move and command your men to move forward. Now there's backup where your Zaku is over here. Stand one way, homie. All right. You head forward past the wall. Yeah, this one's still. And your Dom has jumped on top of the tower.
Will it stay on the tower is the question. Hey!
That worked. There's a tank fly up over here. Now the Xenon flight. Flies in. Okay. Now, what are you guys going to do from here?
My Dom's going to start firing down into the fray. Probably at the Alex Gundam if it's in range. Just to start take chunks out of that armor.
Dom is right here in the tower. He's within the range of this section, mainly of the Easy 8 squad and my squad. Vontae's section, your goof is within the range, and so is your specialties Black Saku.
Oh, puppy.
So he's actually within range of the GM right there, and you also have your fencing Zaku. Forgot his name. So you moved up within position to hold the front. You fire off your bazookas to your left, and then you have your miniguns to your right. Who do you want to attack with first? Your Doms on your left, or your goofs on your right?
I'll use my goofs to attack the gun tank.
All right. Oh, it's gonna be your Dom on that side for gun tank, and it's your goofs on the other side for the Alex.
Okay, so then I'll reverse that. Then I'll use the dome to attack the gun tank, and the goofs to attack the Alexandra.
All right, so roll an attack with advantage for the Dom on the on top of the tower because he has height advantage. He has the high ground.
18, 8 plus 10.
All right, and you get a +4 for his mobile suit.
So that is.
So it's a 22.
That's a dirty 20. Very dirty.
So your gun tank hasn't taken any significant damage yet, but where are you hitting him exactly with this bazooka? It's going to be more.
Right.
The where?
In the tread, so it cripples it.
All
So
right, trying to shoot the tread out. All right, so you blast right off. You see the tread on the left-hand side just explode, and you see it just, the tractor just snap as the track just breaks. And you hear on the side of the GM side them going, "Can't move it now. I can only hold position here." So that's not good for him. They definitely need him to take out the Zeon escape pod when it leaves. Without that, the only thing that's left is a sniper. None of the other guys have enough firepower to take out whatever can fly away.
But it still has but it's still a lethal threat because it has its long range cannons, right?
Oh yes, its long range cannons are making it very dangerous.
And for my goofs, I will start attacking the Alexandra and start drilling it with bullets.
So roll 2 attacks for me, and then roll 2 d12s after.
14 and a 24 and a 28, and it was 2 d12s.
Yes.
And it is 4 plus 7, 11. Hey, isn't that in the desert ship?
Yes, but also we're going to utilize it for an escape ship. So let's just say it's been modified.
Okay, I'll say. So let it be said, and it is said. You have spoken.
So the Xeons now, you see everything shaking as you guys are unloading and firing off against these enemies. The Alex mobile suit runs up and gets riddled with bullets. You see, holding the shield, the armor pieces just start breaking off and shedding as the Alex armor is now broken off. Now the Alex is bare in its normal Gundam armor. There's also your one Zaku, your specialty Zaku, next to the police GM. Do you want to deal with that in any kind of way? You have a bazooka and a machine gun with him, and then also your heat axe.
I use my machine gun to attack that police one.
All right, roll an attack for me. You get 2 strikes of fire with it.
A dirty 20, 10 and 10.
Ooh, nice. All right. So roll a d20 for me and tell me how many rounds fire out of this magazine.
11.
Okay. So 11 rounds fire out. So for each one of them is 50 points. So 550 damage you do to this GM. And he's already taken 1,000, so he only has 500 left. So he's pretty damaged now. You riddle him bullets. You see the whole right arm where his beam sword was just gets cut right off from your machine gun. And you see just electricity just sparking all around. You see where the eyes are just cracked as it's trying to look and see, and it's having a hard time. It raises up its shield now, trying to protect itself.
I suggest you retreat.
All right. So Devante is now your. Yeah, the only thing you had left was your one rapier mobile suit. If you want to utilize him.
Nah, I'll call it end.
He'll just be a defensive then, just in case someone gets it past the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your Zagak, DJ Thunderbase, your blue one, and your brown one left. You also have your specialty Zaku, your regular Zaku left, and then the damaged blue one that's pretty close to death.
BRB.
Yep.
What is the blue one near?
He is near the EZ-8 Gundam. He has plenty of ammo still with his gun, and he also has 1 missile left on his missile launcher.
He is going.
He also has a heat axe.
He's gonna rush the 1-8.
All right. Roll an acrobatics or athletics check for me to make sure you can run at the Easy 8 Gundam and see you'll be successful to get at him before he shoots you down.
But the Easy 8 has plot armor.
A 16
Not in
plus
this
8.
story. 16 plus 8?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a success. You run across the battlefield, bullets flying past you. What are you doing exactly? Are you using a close range weapon or a far range weapon? What are you doing?
Oh no! I'm taking the. You said I have one more missile left in there.
You do have one more missile left.
I'm basically putting the mouth of the missile launcher right up against the chest piece of the M8.
Oh, damn. All right, roll an attack for me and see if you succeed as you ran across the battlefield successfully, ramming
A
this missile.
17 plus 17
Ooh.
plus 10, 27.
27, yeah, you hit. So you run across and hit this missile, doing 1,000 damage right to the chest. But here's the thing: your mobile suit's going too. But
Yeah, this is a suicide run for it.
yeah, the Easy 8 does have enough armor to survive this still, because he still had over 2,000 health left, so he still has 1,300 left. Standing there, but your pilot, Chris, just had the biggest ringing of his life. Someone knocked and someone answered. As you looked up and seen
concussion. Gets
Oh,
blood
yes,
down his face.
yeah, your pilot is covered in blood right now, messed up. Half your screens are broken and cracked, especially the center one right now. The center one is bowed in. Like you see the steel and the glass like maybe 2 feet in front of you, like you just lucked out from it killing you. And you see your other screens on and you're just like, oh, and some glass is still sticking in your face a little bit from the glass shattering. As all you've seen was the Zaku running at you, throws its gun down, and just chasing at you. You're just like, what is he doing? As you see the bullets flying past, and it grabs the one bomb from its shield and just rams it right into the chest. And right when it rams into the chest, you see it sparking. And right when it goes, you see the explosion blow up the Zaku itself at the same time. But it knocks your mobile suit prone for one turn. You get knocked on your ass. You get thrown back. The whole mobile suit gets knocked down. You're bleeding everywhere, laying back and just blood trickling, going, oh, I think I learned something today. What a concussion tastes like. So he went boom and exploded. You got knocked on your ass. That tree just got knocked down next to it. Gun tank guy freaked out over here. Oh yeah, the little hover tank that was right here. Yeah, they're gone. That whole explosion, it just fell. When this thing blew up, it fell right on it. Because when I rolled for acrobatics athletics, they rolled a nat 1.
Oh!
So this is how this happens. You had your communications squad flying in their hover tank, trying to help out the Easy 8 team. They see the Zaku explode over as they try to forward and turn. As they forward and turn, they hit a stump. The stump hooks right under their propellers and just jams them long enough for the Zaku to fall on top and explode, cooking and frying the rest of the crew that were your communication squad. That was dark and crispy. Can I get an order for myself? All right, Devontae, what else are you going to do with your Suicide Squad? As Zeon guy's last words was, for Zeon!
Sig Zeon!
It just gone.
So, what is What's near my other guy? My
Your
main
Zigok is right next to the Alex, and he is next to the police GM. And the police GM is significantly damaged, about to die. The Alex Gundam is still full armored, like full health at least, not armored.
Okay. I
And
am
also
going
above you,
to,
you have your Zaku, but that we'll get to that one in a minute.
then I am going to attack the police one.
All right, roll an attack. Depending on what kind of attack is how you'll damage this thing. Are you using
An
your claw,
11
your machine gun, or missile?
machine gun.
All right,
And it's an 11 plus 8. So
all
19.
right. 19, you do hit. So roll 2d8s for me, please, and let me know what those 2d8s are.
Okay.
As you're firing both your machine guns out of your claws.
One and a 6. Jeez. If it's not
What
a
was that?
D20. A 1 and a 6.
1 and a 6. All right, 7. 7 rounds hit this thing. Like I said, he only had 300 health left. How do you want to do this? You took him out with 550 health. He's hanging on the tower, trying to take the tower out, and you just seen one of your Zaku men trying to help you. You shot at it, and then now you just jump up, and what are you doing to finish him off?
Aim it and just unload the machine
How
gun.
does it look for the pilot, his last moments, that you take him out from the side and back, as he doesn't even know you're shooting at him?
Isn't the police Gundam yours?
Police mobile suit's one of mine, yes. So you're
That's
right.
the one
Yes.
I'm firing at.
So the pilot gets an alert, but the alert is too late. It goes, and he's like, what? What the? And just giant bullets start riddling the back and then finally rip right through, and one finally pierces right through the cockpit. As half his body is ripped in half just from a bullet. This giant, huge cylinder thing just rips right through his body. You see the rest of the mobile suit start sparking up, and then you just see the tower ignite and go with the mobile suit. Sadly, damaging the tower. The whole tower just explodes. Now you guys have full vision on the 8th team, but the Zeons just wrecked half your squad before you had a chance to take those towers down. These Zakus and Zeons and Goofs are not playing around. These are the elite and the last of them, and they're going, we're going to stand our ground. You're coming into our territory this time. We're not in yours. Bit different of a table turn. The 8 team is going, oh crap, we're screwed now. Will the 8 team survive? Keep going, guys. Let's go. So, you got your brown Zagak. There is a ball flying ahead of you. There is a ship that flew past you. Then there is a GM specialty ahead of you. That is mine.
And what do I have weapon-wise?
You have your specialty claws for a close range with your missile pods in the hands. And then you also have your giant beam of death out of your mouth.
Okay.
And there's just a lot of armor for this thing.
No missile.
It has missiles in his hands, so it could just missile pod somebody. So you can
Yeah.
attack with one hand to the ball and another hand to somebody else if you want.
To the one that passed me.
to the ship. All right, so you're raising. Here's the fun thing about this specialty one is it can turn its arms completely around like it's nothing, and just fire. And your eye just goes, and you just. So roll an attack for me with advantage, please, because this ship guy thinks he just flew past you safely.
A 17 plus 8. Really, no, plus
I'll
10.
bet you hit. I was hoping you guys didn't notice him. He was the one that was going to mess everything up, that little pilot. How do you want to do this? As you're hitting him with these, I want you to roll a D8 for me for how many missiles are firing out of this.
1d8?
1D8, as it's only one arm.
8.
Explain to me what you do to this pilot when you swarm him with 8 missiles around him and he just can't get away. Do you want me to do it or do you want to explain it?
Basically, he sees him go past, and first thing he says is, where do you think you're going? I don't think so. Aims the missiles and just fires them in a barrage. So that way they're pretty much following in an orderly line behind one another, directly at this.
He is trying to swerve around, swinging back and forth. One missile miss. Oh god. And there's just too many of them. And just the 5th and 6th and 7th hit him, and then the 8th finally hits the cockpit. He just screams and just ignites. And the whole... You don't see a normal explosion. This thing has like a big, giant explosion, as it was purposely meant to do a giant explosion, the kamikaze to that. You guys supported my plan. Are you for my plans over here? Are you?
You know what? Yes.
Ah! That's great. So he flies around trying to get away, swirling and twisting and thinking he has this, does a barrel roll, and just this big giant explosion in the sky in front of everybody.
Ooh,
Fireball!
pretty fireworks.
Right? All your Zeons just start cheering. All right, back to it, guys. So you did that. You got your left arm left with missile pods, if not claw, and it extends.
Well, I was firing the other missiles towards the ball. Remember?
You used one arm. You turned your right arm behind you and fired 8 of your missiles.
Yeah, one arm was headed towards the ship. The other arm's headed towards the ball.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Roll attack for the ball now.
Yeah, that was actually the first one I mentioned was the ball.
Oh, well, I completely confused about that one. So, Chris, I'm going to need you to roll acrobatics or athletics to see if you can beat.
19 plus 10, 29.
Yeah. So you got to see if you can beat a 29. Roll an acrobatics or athletics, Dark Trooper, for your ball. You got advantage because you're an ace pilot, but it's a lot of missiles.
23.
23. You also get a +3 with it. So your 23 becomes 26. It's still not enough. You still get hit by 2 of the 8 missiles, giving you 200 damage.
For me.
Oh, so it's double. 400 damage. Your ball is barely alive, sparking everywhere with only 1,000 health originally. And the damage it took earlier, it has 200 health left. And it's just sparking. And you're sitting there, and you notice your claws are gone, and all you have left is your cannon. That's the only thing that's working, is your sniper cannon. And your thrusters to fly. And you're like, what do I do now?
Suicide run!
Well, you do have a lot of explosives built into it. If you want to do a suicide run when it gets to your turn, I will be the hero with the ball. Here's my ball. No. That would be a funny ending.
At least it's not like what I did with the other ball last time.
Oh, that was so horrible. That poor guy. He had no chance. And then another one came out and you killed him too. He didn't even have a
There's
chance
a
either. It
reason
was
why
like,
they're
"Oh."
called the mobile coffins.
So many people died in those things. The only ones I ever liked were the ones that were fully souped. You ever seen the ones that were souped up with the minigun on them, the cannon on them, the missile pod, and the extra like cool arms and the grapple pods? They had like mini legs and stuff. Like those ones were cool, but you only get the specialty ones for rare occasion. I wish I could have got one of those ones, but I don't have the spare money to buy that kind of model. So back to it, guys, girls, and squirrels. So your Xeons just took a wave across the GMs, just decimated a bunch of them again. But your GMs are holding back with a bunch of firepower. The Xeons can't hold off against their heavy hits, but there's more Xeons than there are GM. GM survive. We'll see. You have 2 Zaku's left, Devontae. Do you want to use them as a combo to tag team on somebody, or just spray fire?
I'm just gonna have them spray.
All right. So for this, I want you to roll 2d100s for different percentile for each gun, and this is going to determine who gets hit.
54
Okay.
and a 58.
Okay. So they both actually hit somebody apiece. All right. That means Chris and you, Devontae, yourself, you both have to roll acrobatics or athletics to see if you dodge these machine gun fire that's coming at your characters.
27.
You said 27?
8, 30, 20.
Yeah, 27. 17 plus 10.
All right, so you succeeded. You said 30 for you, DJ Thunderbase?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, Dirty 20. Your Alex Gundam just turns and pulls its shield up blocking. And for you, Dark Trooper, your gun cannon sees it all happening, slams its shield down, ducks, and lets the shield just take the barrage. But now you're actually in a perfect position for your cannons to fire without you taking a hit. Kind of like in an arc mode now. Now the Zeons are done for their turn. It's back to the GM army, guys. Dark Trooper, what does your EC8 want to do as you're knocked down, bleeding in your cockpit? You want to get up and spend either your movement or your action to get up.
I spent an action to get up.
All right. You still have 1 action left, but that's about it. You still have a little bit of movement. What are you going to do?
I'll
fire
use
all
the-
around you right here.
I use the
Dom.
bazooka on the Dom.
All right. So stand up and raise up, point your bazooka right down up here, standing here at the tower. Roll an attack for me. As you have advantage because he does not see you as you have the cover of fire.
Dirty 20, 10 plus 10.
All right. So where is this bazooka hitting for your hitting the Dom?
It's hitting right in the middle of the chest.
Okay, so it's going to do 800 damage instead of 500 damage because you're doing a direct hit. Okay, you hit and you've seen explosions. It almost loses its balance off the tower as it tries to get itself back up, aiming at the bazooka but not knowing where you are. Okay, so that's done for your EZ8. You still have your gun tank that has 1 track down, so it can only kind of turn, but it can't go forward.
No,
And then-
it can't move its torso. Like it can still rotate its torso, right?
It can rotate 1 tractor. Will kind of tilt it and turn it, but it'll only turn it one side. It can still turn its torso, though. You are correct. It can still turn and aim, which that's what it really means to do, anyways. It just can't go forward anymore.
I'll use the gun tank to finish off the Dom.
Okay, so you got 1 attack with your double arm cannons, and then 1 attack with your double cannons. Which one do you
use the
fire first?
The double cannons.
All right. Roll 2 attacks for me, and you get advantage for sniper.
One is a 27. The other one's a 12.
You get a plus 10 for each of those.
So that's 37 and 22.
Okay, so you hit this down right in the chest. Both these piercers do 900 damage apiece. That's 1,800 damage. The Dom's not dead, but he is knocked off the tower. One arm is completely gone. He only has one arm left. It's just holding a bazooka and just standing there with a head missing. But he's knocked off the tower now. You're seeing the gun tank go just
You send him right into the wall.
smashing right into the wall. Oh no! Not the goof. Anything with the goof.
Not the good goof.
Right, that's the favorite. I got a mini one here too. Slightly smaller. It fits in this one though. So it's protecting us when it can. Okay, so you blasted off on this guy. Who's next? Did you want to use? You have your gun cannon right over here, and then you have your ball that's just sparking up the electricity all around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a done.
You're not gonna do anything with the gun cannon or the ball that's about to die.
Well, where's? Can I do a suicide run on anything?
Yes, you can forward it and smash it into anything within up to this range. If you use all your movement and decide not to use your cannon, you can fly all the way up to the actual ship. But you will take heavy fire from the ship if you do get that close.
I'll do the ship.
All right, so I need you to roll an acrobatics or athletics check for me. And then after that, you gotta see about rolling for the cannons firing back.
I got
what'd
15.
you get? Instead of 15?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what happens. It rolled in that 20 for its cannons, though. You flew past everybody here. Right when you got up to about this distance, the cannons unloaded and just hit you. You exploded this big explosion right here, but it wasn't enough to actually kill him. But you did take out this one flying Zeon ship, just gone. It was going to be getting support from it. The big explosion happens over here, rocking back everybody. The ship drops down its shields, trying to protect itself from the blinding explosion. All right. And anything else? You want to have that gun cannon just be support to cover for you if you ever need it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there to support to keep to protect the tank.
All right. So if someone comes after the gun tank, it'll just run and protect it with a shield.
Yeah.
Or blast somebody if they get close enough. Nonetheless, we'll do it. All right. Devante, DJ Thunderbase. What are you doing with your squad? You have your GM04 that is on the floor. You can spend an action to get up, or you can spend your movement to get up.
I'll do the movement.
Okay.
And I should still have the beam charged up on the sniper, right?
Yes, you do. Now it is at max power. So you have.
How far? How long is the beam? How far can I shoot it?
Actually, you can hit all the way across. It can pretty much decimate almost anybody. You can one-shot kill one mole suit, or you can hit the.
I'm aiming for the engines on the.
On the mole fortress.
Yeah, aiming for the engines on the ship.
All right, you can aim for one and take out one completely. I need you to roll for me for an attack. You have advantage for the charge and aim because this is a still sitting machine and it's not moving right now. Now,
a 16 plus 10, 26.
26. You just barely hit it. It was a 25 to hit it. You see this beam blast past all of you and just hit the engines. You see the right engine explode. As once you've seen this giant fortress kind of hovering, slams down to the ground, not hovering anymore. As now it has to go into repair mode. But one engine is completely gone as their mobile suits running, trying to just grab a new engine piece to slap on. It'll take a turn or two. I'll actually see right now.
And
It
then
takes 3 turns.
he's just gonna start charging up for the next one.
All right, full charge again. As you notice, it's really hot. You can only do 3 of these mega shots in a row before it blows up.
It's only doing this to try and take out the engines. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's smart. Very smart. All right, next you got your missile pod guy. He's back up, and the missile pods are reloaded. You want to see about doing that again with 3D100s?
Yes.
All right, roll 3D100s. These,
You better not, man. You better not screw me again, D100.
let's see.
Oh, 100. $18. 98.
Nice. 216 missiles. Just... I need you to do a strength check to make sure you can hold while your mobile suit is shaking rapidly and you're inside the cockpit going.
Okay, so let's see. Whew. 12 plus 3. So 15.
You just barely hold on as you needed a 14 as you're sitting there shaking like crazy. So you hit the wall and just the wall decimates. That one Black Saku though that was up there against the wall for Dark Trooper to use, completely decimated. Not even going to do points for that because he just got hit by like at least 100 of those missiles. The whole left side is just decimated in that. That Zagak as well. He hit over 100 apiece to insta-kill. As he just runs up, I got this, guys! And just gone, gone, and just this wall just blows up with it. Whoopsie! Sorry, guys. You got your Alex Gundam right here, still damaged severely. At least the armor is damaged, but his mobile suit inside is still good.
And the weapon he's got, that's the one with the
Heavy machine gun and then beam swords.
Okay. So
And a big shield.
anything within melee range?
Technically, the brown Zagak. You can run across and fight him. Or you can just shoot him from a distance.
I'll just fire.
If not, you can shoot the... All right, shoot away. Roll an attack for me.
A 16 plus 8, 24.
24. You just barely hit the brown Zagak, but you only do half damage to him as its armor. Just like you are.
Was.
Right. You were alright. Now you're kind of messed up. This 08 team, you guys have... I'm not joking. You guys have a heavy, heavy hit. The Zeons are holding off pretty good. But you took out quite a few of them, especially recently with that missile pod. But that O2 unit, he's not very tough. So if he gets hit hard, he might go down. Okay, so you got your Alex. What'd you roll for the damage? No, sorry, I was 400. But it gets cut in half, so it's 2. That's all you can do for your turn for that
Yep.
guy. Now, for my guys, I'm going to use my armor to attack the brown Zagak. Never mind. A 2 and a 7. I completely miss.
Not even scuffing the paint.
Just fire right past. Right? Hit a nat 1. Are you serious?
Oh.
I use my big cannon on my shoulder going, I got him with this. You guys ever seen Iron Man 2 with the
Mhm.
the Buster from Hammer Tech? He just shoots that missile, goes, meep. Aw. But this time the cannon charges up like crazy, overheats, and blows up on me, I take 300 damage, and my armor blows off part of the shoulder.
So,
This is
Wile E.
a heavy
Coyote
armor.
moment.
Yeah. I Wile E. Coyote'd myself by buying some Acme Kit stuff that kind of just shouldn't have. So,
Haven't you learned not to trust Acme yet?
no, they give me great deals. I mean, if I buy 5 things, I get 6 things free. I mean, just it blows up on me. It's great. I can expect
They actually made a movie about that. Coyote versus Acme. They actually made a movie about it.
Oh, that's going to be great. I got to see this. So, now we're back to the other side, guys.
It only took them, what, like 20 years or something like that?
Something like that. I still fire off my few characters. The brown Zagak is holding off tough. I literally missed so much with my character. That's crazy. Okay, back to the Zeons, guys. Dark Trooper, what are you doing to your squad? As you notice your people got hit by a heavy sniper up in the trees.
Who do I have left?
You still got both your goofs, your rapier guy, your Dom is half health. He's not dead, but
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Oh, he's hurt.
I think both my groups.
Then you got your specialty Rhino guy
shooting into the trees to try and find the sniper.
All right, you got your special Black Saku. You can have him fire his bazookas at him if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Go ahead. All right, you have disadvantage firing at him though because he has camouflage in the trees.
Should I roll a
So you got to take the lower number you roll. Yes, roll a stealth for me, please. That'll help. That'll better determine the number.
13 plus 7, dirty 20.
Okay, so you got to beat a 20.
25. 15 plus 10.
All right, so you hit. Are you hitting with a barrage of missiles?
Yeah.
All right, roll a D8 for me, please, and tell me what that number is.
Question: can I have the Gundam that's just below my sniper jump up to deflect to basically jump in the path of the incoming missiles?
Yes, that is a possibility. Roll an acrobatics or athletics check for me. See if it's possible for you to jump in time.
I got an 8.
Nat 20.
Ooh, nice. All right, so you do get to jump and make it, but you only get to take half. You take 4 missiles as the other 4 still fly past and hit your guy. Altogether, both of you take 200 damage apiece. You get hit with a barrage of missiles of 50 apiece. Your GM is still fine, and so is your Gundam. Your charge, though, you notice had to reset for a second from the missile barrage. Every time you get hit, that charge is going to have a problem. Means you only get to shoot it once, and you got to wait again. Okay. You still got your minigun fire for you. You still got your close range Goof as well, with his gun arms as well. You also have your dog mobile suit, and then the rapier dude, and then there's the rhino with the shotgun, but with the link mines that are like kind of like a chain whip, like a Ivy from Soul Calibur.
I'm going to
They're mines though.
move my close range into closer to the Alexandria and start attacking it.
As it jumps across the wall and just jumps right up against the Alex, swinging its beam sword. You have a chance to do one attack, either your missile pods or your
The
sword.
sword.
All right, roll one attack for me.
A 17.
All right, you get that with what was your plus?
It was 7 plus 10. 17.
Oh, okay. So even with that though, the Alex's armor is able to deflect as you need at least pass a 20 to break through the armor.
Okay. Let's see what else I can do. I'll move my.
You still got your dog with dual cannons, and you still got your Zaku and your other Golf left.
I'll move my chain whips Zaku up, and also attack the Alexander.
As far as it goes to here, it can actually barely reach the tip of its chain. Nope. Aha! They're dead anyways.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Nope. Right now you are done with your turn. Now it goes back to DJ Thunderbase. All right. 4 you left. You still have your 2 Zakus for you, DJ Thunderbase. But that's all you got left. You got your specialty Zaku and you have your basic Zaku.
Okay.
Zaku 2. They both have full fire gun armaments of machine guns, bazookas, and heat axes.
Did my brown Zaku get taken out fully?
Oh no, sorry. He's still there too. He is half dead now. He got hurt, but he's not dead.
About to say, I could have swore I had another guy.
I had to correct myself on that one. Thank you.
So, who's closest?
To your brown Zagak.
Any of them.
Your brown Skak's right next to my armored Gundam. And then your Zaku is within range of shooting the GM, Space GM. And then your regular Zaku is within range of just firing off at my other armored Gundam.
Okay. And the brown Zaku.
So you can barrage those two like crazy.
And the brown Zaku, your mobile unit, is it within melee range?
Yes, I'm within melee range with him. Like we're both right next to each other.
Okay, and the brown Zaku has the beam sword.
He has the claws.
Okay.
And that mouth beam and then the missile pods that are in the claws. So technically you can grab somebody by the face and then unleash the missiles in their face.
Oh.
He's like, now I have an idea.
I'm actually going to do a point blank mouth beat.
Oh, nice. All right, you just jump right in front of me and just roll an acrobatics athletics to see if I'm able to get away or notice you in time right when you slam down. Wow. I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 9 plus 8.
You beat me. Mine was a 7 plus 7. You slam down right in front of me. This big old giant mouth lighting up. Roll an attack for me, please.
That is a 10 plus 10, 30, 20.
30, 20. Okay. So you hit Roll roll 1d100 for me, but the rest is all going to be an automatic 500 damage. I take half damage because originally it was supposed to be 1,000.
85.
Okay. That's good. You took off a big chunk of his chest armor, but you didn't kill him. The Gundam steps back, raises back up its shield that's half cooked, and tries to charge up his cannons again. You still have one more attack with this character. What are you going to do with it?
Missiles.
All right, roll an attack.
11 plus 10. 21.
21. So you hit. Roll a d8 for me, please. See how many missiles are hitting.
7.
You see the shield blow off as it steps back, trying to shoot at the rest. And you see the leg armor blow off, as now it's a normal mobile suit instead of the armored Gundam. You took off his armor. Now he's like, oh shit, I'm naked. That ends it for that character. You still have... Nope, you already fired with those guys. Yeah, that's all you can do because the other guys got died. Sorry. Back to the top. Dark Trooper, you with your squad for the 08 team. And you have your gun cannon, your gun tank, and your EZ8.
Can my gun tank take pot shots at the ship?
Yes.
That's what I'll do.
The towers are down and the wall is broken now, so you have vision. See.
Yeah, that's why I was aiming at that wall mainly.
Now that wall is messed up.
I'm going to start taking pot shots at the ship.
All right, roll an attack.
14 plus 10, 24.
24. You hit. You see these two beams just do and hit the other flight engine on the other side. That was perfectly fine. Just lights up on fire. Now it has to replace 2 engines. Can they do it in time, or will it just blow up and die? Depending on you guys, how you roll.
But it's going to get to me before they get a chance to do anything.
That is true.
The EZ8's also going to take a pot shot at the ship.
All right, fire away. You have your missile, or you have your bazooka,
7 plus
and then you have all right, you hit. You do 500 damage with just rocking right into it. You see it partially on fire as one of its guns now is gone. Still has gun cannons on the left side, but not the right side anymore.
Yeah.
And there's still a giant cannon on the left or the back, but it's not charged yet.
Okay, there's not really much else I could do, so I was going to call it.
All right, so you have your EZ8 fired and your gun cannon or gun tank fire. You still have your gun cannon with his shoulder cannons that can fire within the range, and that's your last shot.
No, I'll save him for an ace in the pocket.
Defense. All right. So that ends your turn for that. Now it is your turn for DJ Thunderbase. Got your sniper, got your Alex, and your O2 unit.
Is the sniper charged?
Yes, it is. It is fully charged now.
Another shot at the engine.
All right. Roll an attack for me.
13 plus 10, 23.
Explain to me how you cut this engine off with this laser beam.
So, exactly, where is this character located compared to the ship?
All the way across the board. You are literally at the edge.
Well, no, I'm meaning.
Right here. And you shoot all the way.
I cannot see the laser. I can't.
Where can you see? See laser now?
No.
I'll put them on. Put them back where the green is, where you see the green.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, you're right back here.
Okay.
And you fire this laser all the way across to the ship and just take out this whole side right
Okay.
here.
So, is it connected just under the wing, or is it connected to the actual body itself?
The wing is connected to the body, but where the engines are is connected more.
That's
to the
what I
wing.
was wondering, is where the engine was.
Yeah, they're connected to the
Okay.
wing. So you just cut off the whole
Okay.
wing. That whole wing just came right off
Mm-hmm.
as it drops and explodes. As the people that were repairing it are dead now.
Which also means that they can't get the other one repaired now.
Oh yeah, they're having a problem. All right, what do you guys do? You fired with that guy. Your gun has to recharge. It's overheating really bad right now. And that damage you took earlier made it so it's going to take an extra turn if you want to fire a laser again. If not, you can only take a pot shot next turn once.
And so now I have the Alex, right?
Yep, you have the Alex.
Yeah.
And then you still have your Dark Gundam, and then your O2 unit with the missile pod. The missile pod is empty. You have the machine gun now.
Okay, I'm going to take some pot shots at the airline, the ship.
All right. Roll 2 attacks with that heavy machine gun.
A 15 plus 8 and a 19 plus 8.
Both hits.
19's crit.
All right. So you do 400 damage to the first one. The second one you do 800 damage. So you do 1,200 damage altogether. You start seeing the side of it catching on fire. It's not down, but you did a big amount of damage.
And then the Alex, its missiles still working? If it's got them?
Yeah, the missiles are gone on the O2 unit. They
Do I have any?
use all the rounds.
Do I have any that have missiles? Not the only one.
Not anymore. That was your only guy. You got to wait a turn for him to reload that thing.
So okay, yeah.
Last thing you got is just a machine gun on the O2 unit. You can fire
I
once.
was asking about the Alex.
Alex has a heavy machine gun and the beam swords.
Okay.
Technically,
Machine gun then.
then fire away. And also, you're being attacked at the same time by the rapier unit.
Is that attacking the Alex?
Yes, he's actually in combat with it.
Okay, then is it within melee?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a beam sword attack then.
All right. So roll an attack for me.
An 11 plus 10, 21.
You hit. So you do 300 damage with your slash as it raises up a shield trying to block. You get one more attack with your beam sword. Do you want to roll it?
Yep. A 14 plus 10, 24.
You hit. Do another 300 damage. You don't kill it, but you surprise it. He's done now. All right, that ends your turn. The last thing I can do is Armored Gundam's going to attack your Zegok. 14 plus 12, 26. I do 600 damage to the cannon. And then I attack again with a 10 plus 12, 22. I hit again. I do 500 damage with the bazooka. Your brown Zegok is almost dead, so now it's my other Gundam. It's going to fire off the cannons as she's with her machine gun. She misses a 2. And a nat 1.
Oh.
Wow. So she goes to try to reload and fire it again, and it jams, and the machine gun fire and just breaks. She just throws the machine gun. She threw the bazooka. She threw the cannon. She pulls out her beam rifle, goes, it's the last weapon I have, and it turns on. But she has to wait till next turn now. The last thing I have is my GM space. 15 plus 10. So 25 to hit. Hits. And the second hit misses. So first hit, he hits the beam rifle. He does 300 damage. That's funny. So your brown Zegok finally, after all this damage, everybody barraging and hitting the hell out of him, he tanked everybody. I finally get to go. How do I want to do this? I unleash with everybody blasting one after another, just and this brown Zegok is blasting and blocking, and finally, the one space GM gets that lucky pot shot right at the chest. There's so much armor damage just ripped open, just enough for that extra beam blast, and you just see it just ignite in the chest, and you see the light turn off, and the body just shut down and fall over as he just barely breaks through the cockpit. As the cockpit just looks like it was just a heated hole now, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of blood, but gone. That was one hell of a fight. That was scary with that thing. You were mean with that thing. It was. Okay, so that's all I could do for mine. Now it's back to the top. Dark Trooper. The Zeons, what are you doing?
I think
Your ship is
I
down.
think at this point the ship's pretty much destroyed. I think at this point a strategic retreat is probably be the best option.
But your getaway vehicle
All right,
down.
All right, your getaway vehicle is down, and behind you is a drop off to a mountain. So there's not really anywhere you can do except for hold off. Your cannons on your big ship still work, so you still have the 2 mega cannons, and you still have the 2 smaller ones up front. Not the ones on the left, but the ones on the right.
I'll use the mega cannon to attack the GM sniper.
All right, roll an attack for me with advantage. You get 2 attacks, 1 per barrel.
One is 26, 16 plus 10. The other one is a 14. A 14 plus 10, 24.
Both a hit. Devontae, your GM sniper. This is how do you want to do this?
Okay.
This is a 2,000 damage hitting in one shot. 1,000, and your GM only has 2,000 health. And he had only 200 damage on him. He not anymore though. You're sniping, you're like, oh man, I did my job. It's out of commission. The only thing left to do is die. Hey, look.
And just a big old fireball.
It's just this beam comes across the top of the trees. You see an explosion at the top of the trees, just rock everybody.
Oh no,
down.
we lost Devontae.
Wow, what happened?
No idea.
I think he lost power. There's supposed to be a storm coming, but did it hit that hard?
I guess so. If he lost power, want to message him and see what happened?
Probably a good idea.
Um,
Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulty. We'll still go on with the show. Just give me a couple seconds to
find out what happened to
message our.
our friend. Hey, DJ Thunder Bass, how you doing?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Power went out.
No, for some reason the my entire computer just shut down.
Hmm.
There we go.
Anyway, where were we?
Cameras are back up now. I completely missed what that last part was because of that.
There we go. I'm back. Wow, that was weird. Everything was disconnected on my side too.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Um,
no, my entire computer shut off. Like
Weird.
just random shut off.
My headset just all disconnected and
rude.
everything. Computer freaked out for a second too, but everything's still running. All right, so back to it. What are we being like cyber attacks because we're making a really cool Gundam story and Japan's like, why? Just pay us, dude. We have stories. I own a lot of Gundams. I funded a lot of that stuff. I paid for a lot of your yachts.
The last thing I heard was the definition of how the sniper Gundam died. That was the last thing I heard, and then it went dead.
He just
He
hit with
basically got
his double beam twist of death. It just disintegrated the hell out of him.
Oh, my other camera's up too.
All that's
He was
left
blasting.
is dust and just sheer sadness.
Right. Hey, he did his job. He busted the cameras. So, back to it, guys, girls, and squirrels.
Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, I still have my GMs. My goose. I'm gonna move my goose out of the fortress into the forest to start heading towards the gun tank.
All right. What kind of attacks are you gonna be doing?
One's gonna take on the gun cannon. The other one's the custom is going after the gun tank. Just out of nostalgia purposes. Just out of nostalgia.
Oh yeah, good times. Finishing the mission. All right, so go for it. What are you gonna do? You're within range of attack with both them. Your Dom has a chance with his bazooka to hit your EZ8, and then you also have your Black Saku that is fully ready.
The Dom will go after the EC8. The Goof Custom will go after the gun tank, and the OG Goof will go after the gun cannon.
All right, so roll 3 attacks for me, please.
God. Net 1 plus 10. 11.
Your Dom goes to fire that bazooka. And right when it fires, it can't take the firing and it just arm blows right off. Sadly, how do you want to do this to this moment? Because it's 500 damage back to itself. Your own Dom just explodes. And just a big old heady.
The other one's a 24.
Definitely a hit. And then what's the other one?
And
Your third attack. Or the third character.
3 plus 10, 13.
Okay, and then you get 2 attacks per each character for these goofs. You get your minigun with your custom, and you also have your either your chain whip or your sword, and then or your guns in your hand. If not, you also have your custom or your regular goof, heat sword, guns in the hand, and a chain whip and the shield.
I will attack with the Gatling gun on the tank and the hand cannons on the goofs.
Okay.
I think the tank will the goof will take off both the arms, or at least one of the arms.
All right. You roll and you do 600 damage to the minigun, just ripping off both the gun's arms. Just the gun tank's arms are gone now.
And for the gun cannon, he take the goof will take out its cannons.
All right. Starts blasting with its hands, running across. Hits right on top of the cannons, blasting them, destroying them, also damaging the visor, making it so it's harder to see.
I think that's all I can do.
You got one more attack per one. You got physical attack. You're within melee range for both of them for your swords. So if you want, you can do a sword attack per goof.
Yeah, I'll do a sword attack per goof.
All right. 2 heated swords, so roll both those attacks. Your custom goof has a plus 12, or your regular goof is a plus 10.
One's a 29. The other one's a 23.
All right, so for the gun cannon, you slash off the left arm shield, dropping its arm where it just has a machine gun left. And damaging it significantly, but it's not dead. But for the gun tank, how do you want to do this?
My goof custom will jump on top of it, flashing the sword, reverse grip the sword, flashing it straight down, and just went straight down, and this gush of oil just comes up to its face, blasting it, and you just twist it.
That guy that's in the cockpit looks up and sees the goof standing above him with the shine, going, "Oh no!" and sees the blade ramming right through the cockpit window, shattering it. Sees the blade splat right through him, all the way through to the gun tank. And he twists as it heats up. And then right when you pull out and jump away, the gun tank explodes. Your Easy 8 gets a recording at the end going, "You failed your mission. You have nothing left. Take out this gun tank." Or their mission. "You have stopped it from flight mode, but it can still hover and roll away. Unless you cut it down, we have failed. Do you have enough men?" We'll see with your 08. Now, what was the last thing you were going to say, Dark Trooper?
No, don't forget that it also gushed the oil up until and then the gun, after it lands, just goes wipes it off like it was nothing.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. And now you're standing right next to the Easy 8, back to back, looking at each other about to fight.
Him basically almost dead, and my goof is still in perfect condition.
Yeah, you've taken like 200 damage out of your 3,000 health.
That's barely a scuff.
Yeah. And he's all damaged, like, "Oh, crap."
In the words of Mighty Python, "'Tis but a scratch."
'Tis but a flesh wound.
All right, Devontae, it's your turn.
Which ones do I even have left alive?
No, technically you have 3 left. All right, so you have your custom Zaku up here, and then you have your regular Zaku right here. Then, whoops, you have your Zaku dog. I forgot the name of this thing. With the twin cannons. It's mounted up on top here, like a big aerial defense, or just beaming anything over here.
I'll just have it do that then.
Oh yeah, Chris. After him, you still have your rapier guy to fight the Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got your 2 Zaku's to fire, and you got your big cannon guy. Who do you want to fire at?
The cannon guy is just gonna fire.
All right, I have my heavy armor guy that's in the way, and my GM guy that killed your big guy.
No,
You want to
it's
get
just
some
gonna
revenge?
fire in a direction.
All right, roll an attack for me. You got 2 big rail guns in your back, so
So the 13 plus 10 and an 18 plus 10.
okay. So for the GM that attacked and took out your brown Zegok, how do you want to do this? As your railguns hit him, he only had 1,000 health left, and these things do 800 damage apiece.
It's just going to be kind of like a surprise attack almost. I don't think it's.
He's kind of cheering on, like, "Yeah, I took out the big guy. Took out the big guy. Woof woof. What? What the hell did that thing just bark at me? Dead." Even have it on the camera. The other guys even witnessed like him getting disintegrated. Like, what the fuck, dude? Our friend just cried.
Then my custom Zaku, it's got what weapons?
Heavy machine gun and a specialized bazooka that shoots twice.
Okay, and my regular Zaku?
A regular bazooka and a regular machine gun. They both have heat axes.
Okay, so how close are they together?
They're not. They're decently close. Probably just several, 20, 30 feet away from each other.
Okay.
Maybe a bit more.
Okay, not close enough to do what I wanted then.
Well, mobile suits can move, and a couple steps
Yeah.
is 10 feet. So,
Yeah, I'm just. I'm gonna have them stand both my personal Zaku, my custom Zaku.
yes.
I'm gonna have those stand back to back,
Okay.
and they are basically going to be doing a spray with their machine guns
All right, just spraying the field.
while turning.
All right.
So like
Turning.
so they're standing back to back, and they're basically turning a 180 circle.
Kind of doing the whole army of 2 back to back.
Yes.
Nice. Love that game. So they start docking. You start hitting the heavy arm Gundam, and there's the Alex Gundam, and then also Easy 8, and amongst a few others. So roll 4 attacks for me with your weapons, please.
Okay. Okay. And that 20.
Nice.
15, a 13, and a 16. It's all plus 10s.
Okay. So you spray everybody, giving everybody 400 damage apiece. No one's dead, but they're all severely surprised. The only one that got hurt real bad is the O2 unit, as now he only has 200 health left for his mobile suit. It's just sparking really bad.
One of them was a nat 20 plus 10.
Okay, never mind. How do you want to do this to the O2 unit? As he had the missile pods, he ripped up all the walls. He messed everybody up with that stuff. What do you do to
Did
him?
he still have any missiles?
He did. In the missile pod, he finally reloaded it, and he stood up and just got hit by a wave of bullets by your two Zakus.
Have it be where one of those bullets just happens to hit one of the missiles.
All right, perfect. So right when he's reloading and he pulls up to fire, the bullets just hit him in a wave and just dink, and you see the whole thing go off. And the mobile suit itself blow up in this big giant AoE. I need your Alex Gundam to roll a dexterity save for me. He's within the AoE of this explosion that is knocking him back, even with being a Gundam or not.
14 plus 2, 16. Wait, no.
He failed.
Yeah, plus 2.
He slams against the wall, losing either an action or a movement when he gets back up, being prone.
I'd say this one should be an action.
He got messed up, rocked inside his cockpit. He's bleeding everywhere, going, "What just happened?" He just hit a full reload of that freaking that pod. People just bounced everywhere. So, you had them fire. You had your rail guns fire. Last for you, Chris, you have the rapier versus Alex. Alex just got smacked against the wall. His Gundam. He was within the AoE. You just were out of it. You have an advantage now with your attack, as his Gundam has all the armor ripped off him now. It's just basic mobile suit. Mano a mano. Beam sword versus beam sword. What are you going to do? It's a sword and shield fight.
It's time to duel.
Guy talks like that the whole time he fights during that mobile suit fight.
Just had this random stutter every so often.
Why do you have that? I don't know. I just like it. So roll 2 attacks for me with advantage, please.
15 plus 10, 25, and that's 1. And the other one is 5 plus 10, 15.
Roll that one again.
Fine, be that way.
You have advantage, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh. 10 plus 10, 29.
There you go. Now, are you a fighter?
It's the whatever the hell it's called. The diamond head one.
Your character.
That mobile suit.
Is your character a fighter?
Yeah,
that character would be.
Okay,
yeah, so you
you're
get double
fighter,
damage on that.
Yeah, that 19 would be a crit.
Yeah, so you're doing severe damage to this mobile suit. You're doing about 1,800 damage. He's not dead, but this Gundam pilot is terrified right now, going, "What did he just do to me?"
It's like, just crush it.
Yeah, you just smashed up this pilot. He has no idea what to do right now. He's probably panicking in his suit. Okay. You have one left to go. It's the Rhino. Your Rhino Zaku. That special custom thing.
My Rhino Zaku attaches mines across the chest plate of the Alexander.
Oh, damn. So roll an attack to make sure you can attach these mines, and then roll it's a plus 12 with a d20.
A d20. $13, but that's 26.
And then roll a d12 to see how many mines attached to them.
Guess that's one way to say that you're going to leave off with a bang.
Oh, yeah.
4.
How do you want to do this? Because that's exactly what you needed to take this guy out.
Alexander, it just is reeling up, just sparking all over the place. He reels up. He sees this whip comes down, and hears a click, 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 click across it. The pilot hears the clicks all across it, and he's like, "No!" and it just blows
And
up.
one after another, you see the back one first that clicked explode, and you see his jetpack explode off. You see the next one blow off his arm. You see the next one right here blow off part of his head. And then the final fourth one sitting right at the cockpit explode. And you just screaming no as you see his in his cockpit, and you see his screen just shatter and just fire right inside it.
You know, I should actually have instead of having the jetpack explode, should have it shoot off like a missile.
Either one works, and just. But he doesn't get to enjoy it because he dies right after. The last thing he says is no, as he just disintegrates.
I think that's it. That's all I can do. Oh
Yep,
no! Wait, I
that's
got
it.
my goose attack.
Oh,
I forgot my
what do you wanna
goose.
do?
My goose jumps down off of the dead. My custom jumps down off of the tank. He goes, "Surrender! I offer you surrender if you wish it." Because the GMR is pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, you guys have 1, 2.
They held their ground for a while.
Yeah, they got 5 suits left, if that, and that's kind of like if I minus their half damage, it's technically 4 suits.
The GM Army held their own for a while.
They did, but they're being surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the tank that's just insta killing them if it does them. So the 08 series, what does your men say when they're offered this from the Zeon army, saying to surrender and give up and let them leave like in peace? What do they say?
My pilot radios the other pilots saying, "What do you guys think?"
Devontae, what does your character think as your pilot in the gray mobile suit Gundam sitting there? And then my character sitting there in his armored Gundam all damaged, bleeding everywhere, with the one female Gundam pilot smacking her gun, going, "Every single weapon is broken!" And she's like, "You know what? I don't have any weapons. Nothing works. Why did I get the broken guns today? I just give up." And
No,
Eli, my character, over going, "I don't know."
However, yeah, the Zeons have a cliff to their back, but the GM Army can still do a retreat.
We can surrender and then retreat. If we just try to retreat right now, though, they can gun us down.
Mm-hmm.
One of us might survive. It's up to you guys. Do you want to run, or do you want to be peaceful and then step away slowly?
My Zaku is offering peaceful surrender, as well as offering medical attention to the wounded.
My guy radios in, all covered in blood as well, going, "We have our own medical facilities to allow us to leave. We'll never attack again if we know this is the final time that you will ever be in this area."
We just want to leave. We'll repair the ship and leave.
As they just look up and they nod. My character agrees and nods, and then the camera goes off. So does the female gun captain behind us. What does your character, Devontae, say? You're sitting in the gray Gundam.
He's just silent.
All right, you sit silently. Just nods quietly.
And since the Easy 8, we surrender. We'll retreat, and we won't bother you. We have an accord.
You see the Zeon weapons lower down as you see some of them give us gestures of leave with their mobile suits. As we turn back slowly, start walking away with their mobile suits. Their camera's still to the back just in case they start firing on us. Looking at all the dismay and destruction and chaos that was all around. Our 4 people still have to make it to the forest back to the safe zone. There's still some areas we have to worry about, like landmines and whatnot, which we'll get into that in a minute. But for the Zeons, you gather your forces back up. You gather the wounded, the people that did survive the destruction. You fix the mobile suits that you can, and in the process, you fix the whole ship, making it so you guys can all fly off and head off to where you need to. Leaving that base empty with the last battle scars as memories to anybody that shows up. With writing on the wall saying, was all this war worth it? The ship flies off and the Zeon army goes and disperses into their own colony without aggression towards the GM army, as long as they keep their peace treaty. But they're always going to fortify and increase their machinery war weapons. But back to the GM army, us 5. Or 4, sorry. How many mobile suits do we have left? 1.
It was my Easy 8,
3.
Devontae's, I think
4.
Alexander too. No,
Alexander's gone. Yeah, the only ones left is my armored Gundam, your Easy 8, the Shadow Gundam that Fonte's piloting, and then that 108 Gundam female suit. That's it. All the rest are down.
So 4
I bet
mobile
their
suits.
commanders in the Federation are furious with the pilots.
Yeah, you guys lost 12 different mobile suits and types all throughout this field. Just the GM.
Well, no,
The
it's more
Zeon
of the
lost
fact
7.
it's more the fact that you surrendered is the thing.
Oh yeah, it's that or die. They were sitting there choosing, it's like, we're not going to win this fight. There is no winning this fight.
Our pilots were just that good.
Even if the other pilots were aces on the other side, it wouldn't. Their mobile suits aren't tough enough. They'd be too damaged. They're already too messed up. The only one that had a slight chance for a minute was my armored Gundam, but once that armor is broken off, I'm screwed. Then I'm back to normal size and just getting ripped apart. And then the Shadow Gundam for Sponte doesn't have good armor, just he's fast. And then yours is tough and fast, just ripped apart from being right in the front of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You were the first guy to get hit. Hey guys, how you doing? Pop! Ow! I was just saying hi. Shit. So now we got to do a survival check. Everybody do a survival check, but first will be advantage. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Rolling to Die and to DJ Thunderbits.
17 plus 6.
12 plus 5. 17.
Okay. What did I do? 19 plus 3. All right. We all succeed. And the lady? A 14 plus 6, a dirty 20 for her. All of us make it through the first round safely, avoiding all the landmines and any other traps and weapons. We go to the second round. We have to roll with only a straight roll now instead of advantage. All right. I got a 16 and she got a 24.
17 plus 6.
19 plus 5, 24.
Okay. All of us succeed again for the second time as we head through. We finally break through the brush hole. See the sun finally going down. We do one more survival check, but now that it's becoming nighttime, we have a disadvantage.
Six plus 5, 11.
The 10 plus 6, 16.
Anybody that got under 16 failed.
I got exactly 16.
You're the only one that passed. And if you're the only one that doesn't step on a landmine, oh look, landmine! Your shadow Gundam runs through faster and lighter than everybody else's. So when you do actually click on one of them, you step
I'm already
past it
long
before
past
goes
it before it goes off.
surprising the rest of us, but we already stepped on ours before we realized, stopping in our tracks, going, wait! Ooh! All of us taking 500 damage of explosive damage to our mobile suits and to our legs, making us so we're slower in our mobility, making us we have to do one more survival check. And this one's still a disadvantage for this time.
A 12 plus 6.
Yeah, I got a 4 plus 8 and a 4 plus 5.
18.
Both
I
of
had a
mine.
12 plus 6,
3 plus
18.
5.
We had to roll with it with disadvantage. So I had to take the 12 instead of 13. So I got
So
18 instead of 19.
for this time, our mobile suits walk through and happen to find a mucky area. Swampy, you could say. As the mobile suit starts slowing down and just having issues walking through this gunk and water, sticking to their legs and everything, and whatever else they trail behind with the broken branches and vines. Because of that, you guys slowed down substantially. It exhausts most of you for an exhaustion. Now you get to roll straight roll for this final time as you finally break through the swampy area and see if you can make it.
Nat 20 plus 6, 26. Nice.
15 plus 5, dirty 20.
You got a 19 plus 8 and a 18 plus 5. Everybody succeeded this time. As finally we break through all the bushel, the vines rip off from the legs, and
Was
all
I
the
the only
water
one that
out.
succeeded the entire time?
Yes, we succeeded twice, then failed twice, then succeeded at the end. It had to come to a tiebreaker at the very end, and that was it.
So I guess by the time you guys get there, I'm kind of just waiting like, geez, took you guys long enough.
You could have helped us.
As we're
Should've
sitting
been
there,
faster.
3 mobile suits behind, as there's the fourth one pulling a whole Sonic, looking at its imaginary watch tapping on the ground. Doot, 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 doot.
No,
waiting.
ECA takes one of the ammo packs on its hip and it chucks it at him.
Smashes on the ground, mud flaps everywhere. All the animals freak out. The monkeys start screaming, and the deer run off, and whatever else animals around. 2 squirrels who were fighting over a nut now are hiding in the tree together.
Feel bad for any animals that were underneath the magazine.
That poor boar having to be running in there flat. About 3 feet under the mud. Probably never to be seen again.
Probably be fossilized.
Yeah, insta-fossilized. As my mobile suit steps on the ammo pack, squishing it further down. We keep walking. As mine's the heaviest of all of them, as it's the heavy armored one.
It just went from 3 feet to 6 feet.
Yeah, gone completely. Under an ammo pack. It might explode one day. As we keep walking, we finally make it to base. As we see, the base is all in smoke and on fire. Damaged severely. Realizing there was another faction of a different Zeon army that wasn't about peace attacked on that side in front. Different flags were flown. And they noticed different mobile suits as they realized it wasn't Zeon, but something that says Oz. You get to the base, and only a few people are survived. A couple medics, 1 or 2 camps, and only 1 or 2 of your high ranks. There was 500 or 600 people stationed here. Only 20 or 30 survived.
So we're not the only ones that lost people.
You look back, and all the rest of the mobile suits are damaged. So, what you guys do a perception check for me? Let me know what you see for the battlefield and destruction and chaos. Mayhem.
18 plus 5, 23.
15 plus 1, 16.
So you all look with your scanners and the cameras. Hell, for Dark Trooper, he just hits open the damn hatch and lets it fly open because he can't see out the front. Just pops open going, hey, I can see now. You guys see damage everywhere. You see smoke and debris. You see mobile suits destroyed in ways you've never seen with different kind of bullet damage, different kind of weapons and beams, slashes, missiles. You see 1 or 2 enemy mobile suits. They look nothing like Saku's. They look like a standing man in a way. As you realize, they look like what's called a Leo. And others are called Aries or Taurus and such. But only a couple of them, but mostly a lot of these 08s and 07s and 06s and their whole rest just ripped apart. They explain this to them in their terrified way, saying, hopefully this will never happen again, but we don't know where this army came from. A white mobile suit came from the sky that looked like a geese and smashed down and destroyed everything with its army and then flew away.
Was it
And
tall?
It was very tall. It was a very tall geese. But that would be on another note for another mobile suit story. If we decide to do one next week. If not, we might do another special on one of our other D&D campaigns. Maybe bring out some Doom Crawlers. It's been a while.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, guys, girls, and school world.
squirrel?
For the rest of you guys all lay camp, have the medics heal you, repair your mobile suits, prepare for defense. And you hold off for the time the rest of your army finally comes.
I ain't got nothing. All I have to say is I have nothing to say for them. It's like I'm hurt. I want to go get into the medic bay and get healed up.
You're muffled.
Henry, we can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
All right, much better. Yeah, headset died. That was weird. So, you guys all rest up and you get to the main ship. You fly off back to space, realizing there's no more need for all this war. And then you realize there's other armies fighting all different countries, different types and breeds, mobile suits.
That was a good fight.
It was a good
Anything else?
You got off and rest. And we'll end it all for that Gundam episode. And that was Rolling to Die. Sorry for any technical difficulties tonight. And that November is don't do bullshit. The crazy clown world out there. And to you all, good night. Anybody want to say anything before we end this tonight?
Tune in on Wednesday, 9 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time for our the Chaotic Mind podcast. Tune in, be there, or be square.
Oh yes, 9 p.m. everybody. Hit it, DJ.
I know that the pain in my body is never going away. I know we've made an agreement to slowly fade to gray. I know when you say that you love me, it's only a fleeting plight. I will never be your puppet again. I'll never bow down to your might. It's not a question of if I'm the foolish one. Those tears mean nothing when deep inside I know I'm not your clown, I'm not your toy. I'm just a kind heart who's lost all their joy. A wounded soul, weighed down by stress. I'll fight alone, I'll pass the test. This time, I'll be cautious on who I choose to meet. I won't back down when I fight for a chance to never be obsolete. This time, I won't be fooled by a pretty smile or a pretty face. Just let go. You lost your chance, you failed, you lost the race. It's not a question of if I'm the foolish one. Those tears mean nothing when deep inside I know I'm not your clown, I'm not your toy. I'm just a kind When my dream is staring at me between the eyes, I'm not alone. With my friends by my side, we'll give the world a grand surprise. It's not a question of if I'm the foolish one. Those tears mean nothing when deep inside I know I'm not your clown, I'm not your clown, I'm not your toy, I'm not your toy. I'm just a kind heart who's lost all the joy, a wounded soul